we like about doing this work on the task force is we are the third broadband task force. This has been an ongoing effort of governors to make sure that Minnesota is committed to broadband and bringing the possibilities of broadband, which Mike so eloquently actually outlined in what you're doing here at Leech Lake. So I'd like to thank Chairwoman Carrie for hosting us today. I'd like to thank Mike for speaking. And what I'd like to do next is, I know that not everyone can be with us for the entire day. We're here in Cass Lake, and then we're headed over to Deer River for our formal meeting of the task force. But I thought it might be a good time for us to open it up and have a little bit of a discussion, and maybe also here, I know that Senator Carlson can't be with us for the entire day. So Senator Carlson, in just a moment, I'm going to invite you up here. I'll give you a moment to think about that, because I know how that goes from being a former elected official, being called up on the spot, but you'll do a great job. So I do want to say a couple things about the task force. Would members of the task force raise their hand that are here in the room? So we have about a fourth of the task force here with us this morning, and then others will be joining us in Deer River later on for the rest of the meeting. The important part of this is that Governor Dayton and the administration, and we do have Assistant Commissioner Ehlers with us today, are committed to border-to-border broadband for the people of Minnesota and all the possibilities that come with that. People often think of the immediate commerce issues, and that's really important because it is critical for businesses across the state to be online and to be able to complete their transactions online so that they can connect everywhere. But it's becoming increasingly important in education for educational delivery, and we're going to hear a lot about that today. Our day is particularly focused on education, and that's why we're here at the Tribal College this morning. We're going to be at the high school in Deer River later on and be hearing about how Minnesotans are already using those broadband connections to deliver content within communities and beyond the community borders. And you know, an issue very near and dear to my heart, language revitalization, something that I think has great possibility by being able to be shared through the techniques of broadband and get to a wider audience, and that's really important for cultural and social and historic reasons. There also are other great possibilities, the possibilities of healthcare delivery and how higher quality healthcare and diagnosis can come to Minnesotans through the use of broadband technologies, and we're very excited about that, and we're seeing how that's happening across the state today. And so we are excited about this. We have, just to roadmap what we're doing, we have a report due in September, which is our preliminary report, and then in December to the governor, we have our full report due, and that will hopefully include in it great examples of how people across the state are using broadband to connect on these many different levels, but also show the way then for the rest of Minnesota to be connected and to use the different broadband technologies to bring more opportunity to the entire state and become really a regional hub of a place where people want to be and want to live. And that is something that we look forward to delivering to the governor in December. So Senator Carlson, would you like to come up and say a couple of words, and then maybe we can open it up for a little bit of discussion, especially for people who might not be able to be traveling on with us. All right, thank you.
Well, I want to thank Speaker Kelliher for giving me a few moments to collect my thoughts, because I did not come here with the intention of speaking. And once again, congratulations, Carrie, on becoming tribal chairwoman. I look forward to a great relationship with the Leech Lake Reservation. My home is nestled in the Leech Lake Reservation in the middle of the Chippewa National Forest. I have a mile-long driveway, and I have broadband.
All right.
If I have broadband, we ought to have it everywhere. I do know that there's some challenges, and one of the challenges is and I'm going to get this wrong, and Speaker, if you could help me with this tax that the large carriers pay to the small carriers for carrying their lines. And I think, Bruce, what's the name of that tax?
Well, it's intercarrier compensation.
I think that's what it is.
Universal service.
And they were talking about letting that go away. Is that still? And that is the crux of the matter, you know, because that's what allows a company like Paul Bunyan Communications to be able to deliver those services to my house in the middle of the woods. And so it's important, and I really support this initiative, and I hope that as we move forward, we can spread that. I do think that we ought to leave 1 or 2 spots in Minnesota. I don't think we want to be 100%. We need to have 1 or 2 spots where someone can go and say, I'm sorry, I can't get it here. But with that, I hope you have a great day, and thank you very much for having us. Thanks for hosting us, Carrie.